This is an NBC News special report.
All right, good evening, everybody. Some breaking news here. It looks like Colorado has ruled that Donald Trump will not be on the 2024 election ballot. They just ruled this. So he's not going to get Colorado at least, and we'll see if other states follow suit. Just with what's been going on, and I'm not going to say too much about it because I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I am strictly an independent, and I just go with what makes sense. And what makes sense is the guy is a lunatic. Okay, he's going to be a dictator if he were to be voted into office. And this is what Colorado and hopefully other states are trying to do. And Colorado has done it. He will not be on the ballot. So that's that. I'll take you to some news on this and leave it at that. Thanks for watching my videos, and have a great day, everybody.
All right, some breaking news, everybody, just into us in the last couple of minutes. The Colorado Supreme Court banning former President Trump from the state's ballot, saying he is ineligible to hold the office of the presidency under the Constitution's insurrection clause. The case is now likely to go to the U.S. Supreme Court. NBC's Sahil Kapoor is following this for us. Sahil, if you will, walk us through this ruling first.
Yeah, it's an absolutely extraordinary ruling, Yasmin, by the Colorado Supreme Court. It says, quote, a majority of the court holds that President Trump is disqualified from holding the office of president under Section 3 of the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. Specifically, Section 3 says no officers of the country can have engaged in insurrection. The court essentially found that Trump engaged in insurrection and reversed a lower court ruling that presidents are not subject to Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, saying they are subject to Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. I cannot think of any precedent to this for any major presidential candidate in modern times, certainly not one who is marching to the nomination of his party, dominating the field at this moment. This might have some sort of an impact on that Republican primary field with the Iowa caucuses just about a month or so away.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit more about that, if you will. So he'll draw on that moment for me, if you will, because as we're looking at the primary beginning in just about a few weeks or so, what are we looking at here if the former president cannot be on the ballot in Colorado?
We'll firstly wait to see how his rivals respond. It's unclear whether they will see this as essentially target practice to argue that Donald Trump should not be the nominee of his party if he's subject to these kinds of serious challenges. You know, it's not that difficult to imagine a rival saying don't nominate someone who is found to have been to have engaged in insurrection by a state Supreme Court. Now, Colorado is not exactly a competitive state at this point. It's widely expected to be in the Democratic column, right, whoever the two candidates are, but there are other challenges happening in other states. They have not been successful so far, at least, but in Arizona, in Michigan, and in Minnesota, which are more competitive states, the challenges have been issued. Could potentially Donald Trump be disqualified from the ballot in a swing state? That would be a massive disadvantage to Republicans. Now, on the other hand, Donald Trump himself has argued that this is a nonsense and election interference lawsuit. In some cases where Donald Trump has been found to be in legal jeopardy, his rivals have simply rushed to his defense, and it's only helped him in the Republican primary. So there are a lot about the politics of this that have yet to shake out. Yeah,
the message and the precedent here is what I'm really focusing in on here. Sahil, if you will, stand by for me. Want to bring in Danny Savalas to talk more about this. This is incredible, this decision here. Danny, if you will, walk us through kind of your reaction first in hearing this.
I will walk you through up to page 2, because that's where I've gotten so far, as this is just breaking. But no, I have the general gist. And the gist is this, is that under Colorado's election code, because Donald Trump was concluded after a 5-day trial to have engaged by clear and convincing evidence in an insurrection, he is therefore barred by the Constitution from being on the ballot under Colorado law. So the important question is going to be, how precedential is this? Well, outside of Colorado, not very. This is a Colorado state court decision. And in addition, it's interpreting not just the federal Constitution, but also how that affects Colorado's own election laws. So while it is certainly what we call persuasive authority for other jurisdictions, other states, outside of Colorado, it is going to be cabined to this jurisdiction. But make no mistake about it, it is a signal to many other courts, a blueprint, if you will, for them to take a look at their own election codes, see how similar they are, and see if this acts as a similar